Hello everyone, welcome to my weird and wonderful world, and this episode is technically an unofficial part 3, but it is part 1 of a two-parter, is to is to highlight my love for physical media. It's a continuation of that theme. And now what I'm going to go through is most of, not all. I know I'm going to be missing a lot of stuff, but I'm going to try to give you a nice rundown of most of what I have in my very eclectic collection. Now, when I say eclectic, I mean it's all over the place. It just goes to show that I don't just love one genre, but I love music of all kinds in general. And so you never know where it's going to take me. And so please bear with me as I go through some of these. Some of these I will actually show you the CDs themselves, and others I will just name the band. Now I might just show you one or two of the albums that I have in this eclectic collection. But let's just go from one of the beginning. As I presented in my first video ever on Mo's CD Culture Show and Tell 001, I presented Bruce Hack, and specifically the Electric Lucifer by Bruce Hack. This was and is the most obscure, and I called it the holy grail of all my CDs, because in 2014, when I was told that I could get this album on CD, it blew my mind. It just boom. And from there, okay, one day when I was sampling this stuff on internet, online, right, on YouTube, the album that played next was Moongas by Dick Hyman. And this is 3 albums in one. I was so captivated by the bizarreness and the uniqueness of this album that I had to get it. If you're not familiar with Dick Hyman, and it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, I will assure you that it's not, but I still really love this album. Now the next album I have to get is because, and I need a certain album of this band, but this is the only album I have of this band, and it's Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band, and I have Safe as Milk. And I really want Trout Mask Replica. That is for me the next holy grail of CDs that I need, because I need to get more of this guy's stuff. I love his uniqueness and everything, and so yeah. So far, there's a pretty wide range of musical taste in just those 3. But let's go to the next one I have, and that would be Gary Newman. I have a couple. This is a cool greatest hits that, you know, with his Tubular Army, and this is more of his rock stuff, you know, les genres du rock, like rock genre stuff. It's kind of a French title, but it's all English songs, and I don't like this as nearly as much as this. I played this quite a bit. I could have put this in my most played CDs in the last year too, because I played this a few times already also. But now, I'm not going to present these CDs, but I'm just going to name a few bands that I also have in. I mentioned the Spoons. I've mentioned I do have Devo. I have Platinum Blonde. I have the Cars. I have Talk Talk. I have even the Soft Cells. Like I have that in my collection. Just to name a couple of others. I'm also a big fan of. Oh, I'll get to it when I get to it. Now we're going to change gears a little bit. That I have stuff from Weezer. This is the only album I have so far, the Blue Album, because this is a must-have. This is something I need in my collection always. I'm a huge fan of the Lemonheads, so I got a couple of Lemonheads albums. It's a Shame About Ray and Come On Feel the Lemonheads. There's a couple more I would like to probably get eventually, but this one here in particular is a must-have in my collection. It's something I need to play again soon. And going off on that, I love Blind Melon. You know, I have a nice classic masters of Blind Melon's tracks, which is fantastic. But I also have some Red Hot Chili Peppers. I have Presidents of the United States of America. I have Foo Fighters, one album of Foo Fighters. I have the Pearl Jam 10, just to name a couple more. Some more stuff I will present on my other channel. I have Dire Straits. I have 4 albums of Dire Straits that I will present. But I also have the Alan Parsons Project. I also have Manfred Mann. I have a King Crimson. I have like Vroom Vroom by King Crimson, which I love. I have the Romantics. You know, What I Like About You and other romantic hits, which is a greatest hits I love. I also have I have the best of the Proclaimers. Plus I also have Sunshine on Leith, which is another great album, and I need to get more Proclaimers. So far, as you can see, my collection has been like going all over the spectrum. And it's going to get even more so, because I have Deep Purple, I have Queen, I have Bob Marley, I have Jimi Hendrix, like just like an album or two of those. I have a greatest hits of a David Wilcox. If you don't know who he is, he has a couple of small time hits that I really like. I need to play this again. I haven't played this in a while, but yeah, David Wilcox is not bad at all. I really like that. I have an album called Lunatic by the Congos. I have Len, You Can't Stop the Bum Rush. I have some comedy albums, everything ranging from Beavis and Butthead, Dennis Leary, George Carlin, Adam Sandler. I have soundtracks of all kinds. Well, I showed you my soundtracks in one of my Most CD Culture Show and Tell. Now I'm going to go with bands that has some of my favorite female singers. I have two copies. I have two different things of Monsters and Men, which I really like, which has a female singer that has a cool voice that I like. So these are actually really good albums. I like this much more than I do this one. I think this is a fantastic album and people should be listening to this. I have one album of a band called Starcrawler, which I need to get more from this band. I only have the one album for now, but I want others. But I also have like Dee Antwoord. I have some Childish Gambino. Just to name a few, I have this album for Vitamin C, which has some of my favorite songs on there of Smile and is it Graduation? Yeah, Graduation. But this is another album I would need to listen to. I also have some No Doubt, a couple of albums of No Doubt, like especially Tragic Kingdom and Something Else. Like, if I were to show every CD, this would be going on for hours. I also have the Eurythmics, of course. I also have a couple of albums of Anya, because I like her flow, especially her Oringo flow. Oringo flow. And yeah, these are actually great albums too. I have a couple of French albums. I have Murray's Head. I have Eagle Eye Cherry, and Outcast, and a few more. I don't want these to be super long episodes, but I'll just try to name a few others that, you know. Of course, I don't want to forget that I have Tool, because Tool is my favorite band, which means I also have a Perfect Circle. I have this album right here, Legend of the Seagull Man, which is from the drummer of Tool is in this, Danny Carey, and I love this album. I've played this a few times already too in the last year. I could have put that in that list too. And of course I have Pussifer, And just to name a couple, I have Ministry, I have Ramstein, and and so on, and I have some Rob Zombie, of course, and I have KMFDM. I have like a really big collection. A lot of these you can go back into my Mo CD Culture Show and tell and see me present those. So that is my first little foray into my eclectic collection. And just so I don't bog up too much of my on both parts, I'm going to also name. I have Bad Religion. I have an album by a band called what's that band called? Just give me a second. Hostage Life, and I have the album Walking Papers, was good. I have a Greatest Hits of Green Day. I have 3 Offspring. I have 2 albums from The Hives. And of course, my Fight Club soundtrack. I have Battles. Like this is just what I can see offhand in my collection that I know I have. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it there for now, and show you more and mention more in my part 2. So please stay tuned for that. That's coming up really like soon after I download this one. They're going to be pretty much back to back as I post these. So I'll see you there. So just for now, I'm going to say take care, be safe. I will see you on the flip side, well, the next episode. And please have a great day, evening, night, wherever you may be. Be safe, everybody. Peace.